Evening, welcome to the Derby debrief from RamsTV, live from Pride Park Stadium. Owen Bradley with former Rams skipper Shaun alongside, here to bring you a reaction to a win for Derby. They've beaten Charlton by 2-0 this afternoon. A David McGoldrick penalty in the first half, Aaron Cashin's header in the second. His first of the season and his first at Pride Park Stadium. Enough for the Rams to make it 10 unbeaten in the league here at Pride Park. Reaction to come from Paul Warne, the head coach, among others. We'll start with a word or two from Barks. Derby were offered on Tuesday, much better today.
It was. From the very start, they had more control of the game. The midfield three worked in terms of having energy in the middle of the park, landing on second balls, allowed Knight and Harahan to go and support and attack. And just in general, over the course of 90 minutes or so, they controlled the vast majority. I think Wildsmith had, 2 saves to make? It was just that final bit in the penalty box, that final third, that would have made it easier, because it felt a little bit on Niafesh in the early stage of the second half. We knew that one goal might not be enough because of how Charlton have been playing of lately and how freely they score. Fortunately for us, Aaron Cashin popped up with a second goal, a set piece and a home goal for him. So all in all, wonderful afternoon. And
Aaron Cashin sort of summed up the difference between Tuesday and today. He was off at Tuesday, I'm sure he'd be the first to admit it. Today, from minute one, he's spraying the ball out the way he normally does, and he's rewarded with the goal this afternoon.
He is, and we probably highlighted him a little bit more than everyone else on Tuesday because of the standards he sets, because of how good he's been of late, over the last 18 months or so. He's been remarkable, his rise. You know, you forget about his kind of journey into the first team and how difficult it was for him to play last season. But since he's come in, he's shown a maturity, a willingness to get on the ball and to try things. His defending has been excellent, and even he was off it on Tuesday. We knew that was just a game because he's been so consistent. Back on it again today, along with the back four, because Paul relied on the back four that has kept clean sheets for lots of games, looked solid in general, and they have again this afternoon. So I thought everyone did the bit. Cash just tipped it, especially with the goal.
Well, let's hear from Derby's head coach. Here's Paul Warne.
Yeah, it's good, isn't it? It's like we just said in there, it's like the 3 cherries, isn't it? We're buzzing. I'm pleased on the energy, really. The fact that we've had, it's the same for every team I know, but 3 games in a week, and I thought we looked a bit jaded Tuesday night. We obviously changed 3 players, but some of the players out there, like Conor Houahan, has been playing like every minute. I thought he was excellent. So Cash and Foz were good again. I'm just pleased with the seniors, how well they look after themselves, like Corey again. And we're asking a lot from them players, so I tried to make changes as soon as I could. Put Tom back in obviously as well. So yeah, I'm really pleased with everything in that respect, and I just thought that, scoreline aside, if we wouldn't have won, I don't know how much better we could play. I thought we played really well. We should have taken more chance. I just thought first half it sort of broke down just on the final pass or whatever, but apart from that I thought we were pretty scintillating, and I was really proud of the lads, how well they done. I mean, their threats out wide, the 2 wingers are very, very good. So the fact that we nullified them most of the time, and the press and the energy that it takes to play the way we want to play, is testament to the lads. They've come a long way, I feel.
Scintillating is a nice word for it. You talk about Conor, great delivery for the second goal.
Well, he's always great delivery. It's just that we literally have got no one with a forehead. That's what it feels like at times. So there was one first half that we should have scored off a corner. But yeah, it's great for Cash to score. Obviously, I've got to buy a mug. That's not so great. But yeah, we needed that set piece goal, and we needed that second goal. And in tight games, we've said it all along, that set pieces can win your games. And obviously today we've got a pen and a free kick. But I thought our performance was, no disrespect to Charlton, but it is disrespectful whenever you start a sentence like that. I just thought we were better than a 2-0 win. I thought we were really good. We caused a lot of threats, a lot of problems, and generally sort of controlled the game quite well. So as days go, it's up there for one of the better ones.
Harvey White looks a player. Pleased with him?
Yeah, I've heard a rumour that he might have got cramp. If that is the case, then I'm fining him a month's wages. You can't have cramp playing for me. That is unacceptable. But generally, yeah, his passing was really good. I've asked him to take risks on the ball. Like anyone can play in this team and get the ball and go sideways and backwards and safe. I don't want the players to play safe. If it's on to hit a diag and you see it, then you do it. And he hit one unbelievable one out to Tom early on, and it pushes their fullbacks back, and it makes their wingers do more work going backwards as well. And he was pretty instrumental in a really good performance, and I couldn't really single anyone out as much as I like to. I couldn't. I thought everyone contributed, and as always, it's always about the squad. Like the subs come on, have an effect, give us a bit of energy when there was a little bit of a lull in the game. So really pleased.
There's Paul Warne, Derby County's head coach. More reaction to come in a moment or two. He won't single anyone out. We might, because there are one or two in particular to mention. David McGoldrick, let's start with him. It probably wasn't his best day, just again with the standards that he set, but reliable from the penalty spot when Derby needed him to put them in front and just maybe settle everyone down.
Yeah, we were creating enough opportunities, and we were looking threatening enough in the final third. He had moments, as he always does, especially at home, where he showed his kind of class and his brilliance. It's a tough season for someone of his age to play week in, week out, and we've seen the manager rotate him and Colo at times. But when you want to win games, you have to have your match winners and your best players on the pitch, and obviously David McGoldrick is one of those players. But as soon as you had a penalty, you never really doubted in the form he's been in this season, comfortably put it away. And that just settled it a little bit. But I felt there was more in us to go and get a second and third. I mentioned to you in commentary in that first half, Charlton weren't at their best today, and I think we could have made it a little easier for ourselves a little bit earlier. But the second goal just settled everything. That's what we're waiting for, and I'm sure he's more delighted than he seems with the set piece and the second goal, because he's been waiting a long time. And it was 3 or 4 minutes before I mentioned someone go and attack the set pieces, because Harran put a few in there already, and it's just waiting for a centre half to go and meet it. Aaron Cashin did. Yeah,
we saw the reaction, and I suspect we'll talk to Aaron Cashin ahead of next weekend's game to sort of get his thoughts on that one. His first Pride Park goal, as we said, much better performance from him, and quite a few today. But the timing of the goal was important as well, wasn't it? Just to make sure that there wasn't any chance of a Charlton fight back.
Yeah, well, Charlton showed signs in the second half. Fraser had the chance, which maybe could have took it on his right. He chopped back onto his left, and Wildsmith made the save. I think that was the only notable save from Joe. But there was a bit of a edge in the ground. I said to you, the atmosphere wasn't maybe as high as we'd seen of late, and it felt comfortable, and that's
different if Derby take some of the chances, and they did create a lot.
Yeah, if they take the chances, I think the atmosphere is different. But sometimes when it's quiet, you think they're just almost not supporting the way that they can. But actually, I think it's just a little bit of nerves and maybe trepidation of what could happen. We were comfortable, we were in control, but we only had that 1 goal lead, and everyone's always a little bit tentative in the crowd. And as soon as the second one in, the place lifted. The energy was there. I think Cash's celebration kind of helped with that as well. So it changed the whole complexity of the game. We were comfortable. We could have scored more goals. There was a few players that maybe should have scored. I will mention the midfield 3. I thought White was excellent on his debut. With the 3, Harahan's a different player for me. Knight offers energy, and he's always wanting to go forward in a 2, and you have to restrain him at times. In a 3, he goes around the pitch. He's always influential, but Harahan in a 3 just seems to get on the ball more. He gets in the box. It was him that had the shot for the penalty. It was him that set up the free kick. He had a couple of chances himself. So I was delighted with the midfield 3 and how they dealt with White, just sitting that little deeper and offering forward runs and support to the attacking players.
We're going to hear from him in just a second. Just a little more on Harvey White. First start, and there is something different about a first start, but I think you saw very quickly why he's thought well of it at Tottenham and what he's got in the locker.
Talented player. Confident, he's brave on the ball. Paul mentioned it there, that's what he wants from a player. And I think if you're the sitting midfielder, the pivot, it's important that you understand when to play simple passes and help with the build, and when you can turn and play forward. Now with Knight and Harahan stretching it and going wide and long, it just allows that midfielders to come and receive it, and I thought he showed his class at times. And for a debut at a young age, it shows you what confidence he's got in himself and the ability he's got. So I think a few were a little bit surprised he didn't start the last couple of games. He's definitely put his name in for the next match.
Well, let's hear from him. Here's Harvey White.
I feel really good. Obviously getting the win, playing in front of 30,000, just feels really good to be fair.
You've had a few appearances off the bench already. How different does it feel starting a game?
Oh, massively. Obviously you got to, from minute 1, be on it. Just coming on, you have time to warm up down the side, get a feel from watching it. That's tough as well, but yeah.
When did you find out? How much sort of notice does the manager give you that you were starting?
We found out yesterday, Friday morning. So yeah, I had a lot of time to prepare. Yeah.
And tell me about the role that he's asked you to play and how you thought it went today.
Obviously, he wanted me to play a bit deeper with Connor. Just get on the ball really and just get the ball moving, play forward as much as possible, which suits me really well. Trying to switch it from left to right in behind. Hopefully, saw that a lot today. Get shots off, but then off the ball, win tackles, be energetic, get about the pitch. So yeah, just what he wants that out of his midfielders.
What was the mood like in the dressing room before the game? I know you've been frustrated by the last couple of matches, and it was important to get back to winning ways today.
Yeah, like obviously you wouldn't know that we've been in not so good run, just because the lads are so upbeat, just ready for the next game really, because obviously, as everyone knows, there's game after game after game, and we know as lads how confident we are. Just to get the 3 points, and we showed that today.
You've been here a couple of weeks. Tell me how you've been settling in.
Oh yeah, settled in really well. The lads are top anyways, so that was easy. And then obviously I found a place quite easy soon as well, so found it really good.
And what people may not know about you is very good golfer. How's the golf round here?
I haven't played much, to be fair. I've played twice since moving here, but when the lighter evenings start coming around, I'll be playing quite a bit, but not a day before a game.
Nice to get that in there. Well done today.
Thank you.
There is Harvey White. Results from around League One today. Accrington, one of the few teams toward the bottom to win. They beat playoff chasing Shrewsbury. A big victory for Burton, 2-1 at Bristol Rovers. Former Ram Sam Winnell getting the winner there. Barnsley winning at Cheltenham on Michael Duff, the manager's return to his former home. Derby, of course, facing Barnsley next week. Big win for Ipswich against Forest Green. 5 of the top 7 won today. Peterborough won at Morecambe. Plymouth dropping points at home to Fleetwood. Sheffield Wednesday came from behind twice early on to thrash MK Dons in the end, 5-2. And Lewis Wing scored in the 8th minute of first half for added time as Wycombe beat Bolton. Table then, Sheffield Wednesday have gone back to the top, level on points with Plymouth, but with a much better goal difference after Plymouth dropped points today. Ipswich reclaimed 3rd place from Bolton. Derby go to back within a couple of points of them with games in hand, but Barnsley won as well, Wycombe won as well, so it is still pretty much as you were in the top 7. And down toward the bottom, not much has changed either. Burton move another place clear of danger, and Forest Green look like they are in real trouble now. That's all from us. If you want more on today's game, you can get it on the website dcfc.co.uk. We are back with you on Matchday Live next weekend, so we'll see you then. Goodbye.